But was the investor involved? Well, the assignee is the investor, the ultimate investor. You know, to some extent, we don't know what the relationship is between the servicer and the investor. So we don't know to what extent this entire fraud was. We don't know to what extent the fingerprints of individual companies or individuals were in the fraud. This is all we know right now. Yes?
That's in a case of, let's say, a single mortgage. Right. What indicate when you get into jumbos, when it starts getting divvied up, right there at the closing table, it's sold off in however many pieces. Right. Is there more fraud involved in those cases typically?
You're saying when the jumbo was actually
split up,
kind of like where Humpty Dumpty was split up in a whole bunch of pieces. You have the problem of bringing those pieces back together again, and so that's not fraud. That's just pure contract and real estate law, just being thrown out the window.
But was there more fraud in those cases typically because there's more assignments?
It depends if it was securitized or not. It depends if it went through MERS. It really depends. It's going to really depend. We will tell you that there's this entity called MERS, which is called the Mortgage Electronic Recording System. That was a way for the banks to basically do these assignments without recording them in the public records. A lot of courts didn't like it, and so that's why they ended up having to do these assignments, and that's why this fraud occurred in the first place. But this whole concept of MERS is a very bad concept. The idea that you could have assignments of mortgages occur in a privatized environment whereby you didn't have the necessary ability to see who owns your mortgage by going to the public records, I think was highly, highly destructive for this nation. And there are a lot of economists who've talked about the reason that America was this beacon of a capitalist system for the last 150 years is because of our protection of property rights. And those property rights, to a large extent, were protected through recording statutes and recording systems that were open to the public. So you would know who owns your real estate, if there's a lien on the property, and who owns your mortgage. That whole system became completely obfuscated in the past 10 years that allowed for this crisis to occur. And so if people are asking me legislatively, the first thing I would prohibit is MERS. MERS is very, very bad. It's not just bad for homeowners, it's destructive to the entire economy. Because what it has done, it has undermined the integrity of the recording system, it's undermined the integrity of real property, and thus it's preventing capital flows, new money that's coming in from South America and from Europe and South Africa and Australia, to know that their money is safe here in the United States. And so I think we have been set back decades, if not generations, by this new crisis. And there's some folks who are saying that as the Chinese yuan, did I pronounce it correctly? We all should learn how to pronounce that, will become the currency of choice faster than even expected because of this particular crisis. And again, this is not me, suggesting this. This is what very, very profound people who think about this all day are suggesting, and that we are once again not just shooting ourselves in the foot, we're kneecapping ourselves and we're shooting ourselves in the head, and it's really very, very shameful. Any questions online?